Hi, I'm Sarah Thompson, the Instruction Librarian for OSU Cascades, and by special request, this is a quick overview of the library 1Search. So if we start out here at osulibrary.oregonstate.edu, you'll see the interface that you'll see on a lot of the library website. Now, if you already know the exact journal that you're looking for, you could just come here to find it. And under the Find It menu, you'll see a place to search for e-journals by title or by topic. Or if you know the database you want to use, you can go ahead and get right to the database. What we're going to look at is 1Search, which is the box over here in the top right corner. I'm going to do a quick search for active learning. It's a very broad search, and I'm doing that on purpose so you can see some of the features. Now, 1Search, I should warn you, is a collection of a lot of different library stuff. So there are ebooks, journal articles, regular books, all kinds of things in here. And so in that way, it can be a little bit chaotic, but I'll show you how to narrow some of that down. So since we did such a broad search, 1Search is recommending a couple specific databases for us about education. So if you'd like, you could go ahead and go right into those. That will be primarily a resource for journal articles with a lot of full text. ERIC will be an index that will then link you out to some full text and other places in the library resources. So the first thing you see when you do a search is the kind of material that has come up for you. So a lot of these at the very beginning are journal articles. There's also a conference proceeding, which is bound like a book that you could check out. You also have magazine articles and regular books, which also show you their location, such as Valley Library, and whether or not they're available. Now, if your search is really, really broad, down here in the bottom, 1Search will often give you some recommendations or related searches that might get more specific for you if you need to do that. Now, if you need to narrow it down, like right now we have almost 400,000 results, and that's way too many. You have a lot of options over here on the left sidebar for narrowing this down. For example, in content type, let's say we don't really want book reviews. Well, if you want to exclude something, you click on the little More link and a pop-up window will come up with a lot of different options that you can either include or exclude in your search results. So we could exclude the book reviews and, say, the patents. Now, if you really specifically wanted other things like just books, you could go ahead and include those too, and that will get you both ebooks and paper books. So when we continue, the results will get updated. We'll have a few fewer results, but we still have a long ways to go. If we change our mind about any of those things we just clicked, we can always click the X's over here to start over. Now, subject terms, this is a great place to look both for keywords for doing future searches and a way to include and exclude some of these keywords. So again, we would click on that little More link. The pop-up window opens up. And this is actually a really, really long window. So if we keep scrolling, we'll see that there's all kinds of keywords in here. Now, I'm going to warn you though, sometimes people get click happy and they want to just click lots of boxes. But just because you see management and teaching doesn't mean that these things overlap. So if you click too many things, you might find yourself with 0 results or not the results that you wanted. So just start with a few at a time and see how it goes from there. Once you do find some things that you want to check out, so for example, let's say we would like to look at this article, you could click on Full Text Online. Now, be aware that some of these will say just Citation Online. And if you see that, that just means that you'll need to make an interlibrary loan request. You do that by logging in with your ONIT information, and that would be free to you. If we can get it as a PDF, it will often come to you directly to your email as a PDF, and it's very fast. If it's going to be by paper, then that might take a few more days. So I'll click on Full Text Online. You'll see a new tab opens here in my browser. And since I'm off campus, I'll be asked to log in with my ONIT information. Once you do that, it'll take you into the database that has the article. Another way to get something is, say you have a book that you're interested in. This one happens to be checked out, and it's not at our Cascades library anyway. If I click on that though, I can find some options for getting this. Unfortunately, you do have to do 2 clicks. So I clicked into this record, and now I'm going to click on the status one more time to get into the library catalog. And from here, there are two things. You can either put a request on it, which will put a hold on this book so that when it does get turned in, it'll come to you. Or you can come up here and try the Summit libraries. Summit is a partnership that we are in with the academic libraries of Oregon and Washington, and also some in Idaho. And so you have access to all these great libraries like Portland State, U of O, UW, lots of places. So here we can see that this book is owned by some libraries in Summit. If we click on the title, this will show us some of the libraries that have it. So we already know the OSU edition is checked out, but there are 3 other people who have it. So you could just click on this Request Summit item, and that'll take you to a page where you need to select which university you're with. Now, OSU Cascades is not listed here, so what you need to do is type Oregon and choose Oregon State University. You'll continue, and then you'll log in with your last name and the ID on your OSU ID. And then in the next screen, you're just going to choose COCC Cascades as your pickup location so that it gets sent here to the Barber Library on the COCC campus for you. So that is basically a quick overview of 1Search. And if you have questions about using more specific things, just let me know. sarah.thompson@osucascades.edu.